I need to tell you something, and I need you not to make it a bigger deal than it is.
That's never a good opening.
I rode the wrong direction on the subway for 6 stops yesterday because I didn't want to ask anyone if I was on the right train.
6 stops.
6 stops. And then I had to get off and come back, so I was 12 stops behind where I started and about 20 minutes late.
You had your phone with maps on it that you use constantly.
The signal cut out underground, and by the time I got signal back, I was just committed.
Committed to being wrong.
Can we please move on?
I'm Marcus.
And I'm Kayla. Welcome to Almost Fluent.
Today we're talking about getting around in America. Rideshares, public transit, asking for directions, and all the social rules that nobody puts in an app, including, apparently, how to confirm you're on the right train before you're 6 stops in the wrong direction.
So I assume rideshares are where you want to start because you actually enjoy that part.
I genuinely do. I've had some great conversations in Ubers. Once I got career advice from a driver who turned out to be a retired HR director. 40-minute ride. Changed how I think about job applications.
That would never happen to me. Not because drivers aren't interesting, I'm sure they are. I just don't know what to do with the first 30 seconds. You get in, they say, "How's your day going?" And I freeze a little.
Here's the thing, though. You don't have to engage if you don't want to. That part surprises people. The driver says, "How's your day going?" And you can answer, or you can give a short response and make it clear you're not in chat mode. And that's completely fine.
How do you signal that without being rude about it?
The easiest thing is just to answer briefly and then look at your phone. Pretty good, long day. And then down at your screen. Most drivers read that instantly. If you want to be more direct, you can say something like, "I've got a call to finish up." You don't actually have to have a call. It's just a soft way of signaling you're not available for conversation right now.
And drivers don't take that personally?
Not in my experience. They do this all day. They can tell the difference between someone who's unfriendly and someone who's just tired or has somewhere to be mentally. The ones who want to chat will give you an opening, and if you don't take it, they move on.
Does the rating system change any of that? Knowing you're both rating each other after the ride.
Probably a little, but it doesn't really come up while you're in the car. The expectation on both sides is just be a reasonable person. Don't eat anything with a strong smell, don't slam the door, don't ask them to make a bunch of extra stops that aren't in the app. The bar for 5 stars as a passenger is pretty low.
I once got 5 stars on a delivery app, and I genuinely don't know what I did differently that time.
You probably just said thank you. The harder situation, and this comes up more than you'd think, is when the driver is going the wrong way or taking an exit you know isn't right. What do?
Based on my track record, I would probably say nothing and be 15 minutes late.
Which is what a lot of people do, but there's a really easy way to say something without it feeling like a confrontation.
What do you actually say?
"Hey, just so you know, the entrance I need is actually on the other side of the building." Or, "I think the app might have the pin in the wrong spot. It's actually 1 block further down." You're giving information, not making a complaint. You're not saying you're going the wrong way. You're saying, "Here's something useful."
That framing makes a real difference because "you're going the wrong way" sounds accusatory, even when you're just trying to get somewhere on time.
And the driver is usually just following the app. It's not a mistake on their part. If the pin is off or the address is in an awkward spot, giving them the update calmly just helps everyone. I've had to do it probably a dozen times, and it's never been uncomfortable.
What if you don't notice until the very end, like you're pulling up and it's clearly the wrong building?
Then you say, "Actually, could you keep going just a little further?" Or, "Can you drop me at the corner instead?" You can redirect right up to the last second, and it's not a problem. The ride doesn't end until you close it in the app.
Can we talk about directions for a second? Because I feel like this is one of those things that genuinely trips people up. American directions have a whole logic to them that a GPS just doesn't prepare you for.
What do you mean?
Street names I get. Turn left on Washington, turn right on 5th. What I actually hear is hang a left at the gas station, go past the big Target, it's right past the light.
That is so American. Landmarks over everything.
Hang a left took me an embarrassingly long time to get comfortable with. That just means turn left.
You'll also hear take a left or just go left, but hang a left is very common and very relaxed. Same structure going the other direction, hang a right.
And right past the light? That means just after the traffic light?
Yeah, past the light, past the stop sign, past the Walgreens. Americans anchor everything to a nearby landmark or business. If you don't know what a Walgreens is yet, you will very soon.
What about highways? Because that's another place where the vocabulary shifts completely. People say, take 95 or hop on the highway, and it sounds nothing like how you'd see it written out.
Hop on the highway just means get onto it, merge onto it. And when they say take 95, they mean Interstate 95, which is a specific numbered road. When people give directions involving highways, they usually tell you the direction too. Jump on 95 north, or you want to be heading south on the interstate.
I think the biggest thing for learners is that spoken directions sound nothing like the GPS. The GPS says, in 0.4 miles, turn left. A person says, go down here, hang a left when you see the bank, and you can't miss it.
You can't miss it. Another one. It means the place is obvious or easy to spot, which is sometimes completely accurate and sometimes wildly optimistic. So public transit, which is where Kayla spent 6 stops going the wrong direction.
We said we were moving on.
I agreed to nothing. What actually stops you from just asking someone on the platform?
Honestly, everyone looks like they don't want to be interrupted, and I'm never sure who to approach.
That's actually a useful instinct to work from. If someone has headphones in and isn't looking around, skip them. Someone who's also just waiting, maybe glancing at the board or the street, not deep in their phone, that's your person.
And how do you actually ask? What do you say?
Really simply. Excuse me, does this bus go downtown? Or, hey, does this train stop at Union Station? One sentence, you don't need a long build-up.
What if they don't know?
They'll say, I'm not sure, sorry, and that's fine. You can also ask the driver directly when you get on. Does this bus go to wherever you're headed? And if you're worried about missing your stop, you can say, can you let me know when we get to stop name? Bus drivers get that request all the time. It's not unusual at all.
I knew that one. I've done that on buses. I just didn't do it on the subway, where there's no driver.
6 stops.
I am genuinely asking you to stop.
The other thing worth knowing is how to read when someone doesn't want to keep talking. If they give you a short answer and immediately go back to their phone, they're not being rude, they just don't want to extend the interaction. Thank them and find someone else. The whole thing can take 10 seconds.
Is transit culture different depending on the city? Because New York feels very different to me from somewhere like Austin or Denver.
Completely different. New York Underground, everyone has the don't talk to me, don't make eye contact, I'm just trying to get there face. Other cities with less intense systems, people are a lot more relaxed. In a smaller city, if you look confused at a bus stop, someone will often just offer to help before you even ask.
So the phrases stay the same, but how much warmth you get back varies.
Exactly. And honestly, that's true of most things in American social life. The words work everywhere. The temperature of the response changes by place. That is our episode on getting around in America. Whether you're sliding into a rideshare, squinting at a subway map, or trying to work out what right past the light actually means, hopefully this makes it all feel a little less like a test. Thanks for riding along.
It really does come down to a handful of phrases. Hang a left. Can you drop me at the corner? Does this bus go to? Small things that give you options exactly when you need them. And remember, the best way to build your English is exactly what you're doing right now, just listening to real, natural conversation. So keep tuning in, and it will come.
She's not wrong. We'll see you in the next episode.
See you next time on Almost Fluent.